the week. And Elliott into the secondary down to the 38-yard line. I mean, this is a who's who inactives list for Jay Gruden, especially starters on the offensive line. Long, Williams, Sheriff, 2 of the 3 Pro Bowlers.
Those are some good players, and you just don't replace them. And especially with that offensive line, it is going to affect what Jay Gruden is going to be able to do as the play caller. It's a big if as to whether or not that Redskins O-line is going to be able to hold up and give Cousins protection in this game.
Got it away in time. The crossing patterned by Terrence Williams. He slips a tackle and is spun down inside the 15.
Another big play for this Cowboys offense.
Williams had a big year for the Cowboys a year ago, 44 receptions. He's been quite quiet, especially here recently.
He has really improved in his route running. He got Quentin Dunbar turned completely around.
15. Oh, and a touchdown for Ezekiel Elliott. About that hole opened up by that
15 yards. He doesn't even get touched. You're going to see Jason Witten come out. He comes up. He scrapes over the top. That is there. That was awfully easy.
Straight down the field, a 75-yard drive. And remember, the first play on a penalty. This Cowboy offense running in 5th gear the last 3 weeks, and a great start today.
That is there.
So I got one question for you. Do you believe in you? Because I do. I believe in you so much, I've already booked the tickets. I'll believe in you so.
When your plans change, our fees don't. Behind every story is the reason for transparency.
This is Google Home Mini. It's the Google Assistant. Play My Love playlist and the rest of the Google Home family.
Introducing the all-new delivery pouch from Pizza Hut. Thanks to 3 layers of thermal insulation, your pizza arrives oven hot. It's like having our oven right in your kitchen. Oh, pretty close.
Plus, upgrade to the latest iPhone anytime with iPhone Forever.
Inside the 20.
Surprise! Bills and LaShawn McCoy showdown Thursday.
That's what we talking about.
When it's on Thursday, only on NFL Network.
Tonight on Fox, the Dodgers aim to take command of the series against the Astros. Game 5 of the World Series. Tonight after football on Fox.
Today's game is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency.
Redskins go 75 yards, only 5. And now we're going to get a look at this Washington. Really, you go back 3 weeks when the injuries initially played through injuries. But now you go back to the game against Philadelphia. You start on the right side where Moses hurts both of his ankles. Clemmings comes in. Then Moses comes back in the game. Roulier takes over for an injured Long. Long would return, but Sheriff got hurt. So Roulier moves over to guard. And then Trent Williams has had a bad knee for the better part of 3 weeks, and Clemmings takes over for him today, and that's the offensive line coach, used to be in Dallas, Bill Callahan.
Bill Callahan, and he's the best in the business. And if he's going to get some young players, 2 rookies making their first NFL start in that offensive line, and there's nobody better to prepare them for this ball game than Bill Callahan.
7-yard line, a gain of 2 on first down. So here are the starters today. It's pretty much a way they came to a conclusion in Philly.
Yeah, there's a lot of shuffling, and as I said, Morgan Moses, who was banged up on Monday night, he is starting at right tackle. He's playing on speed, and Tyler Catalina, who's playing at right guard.
The ageless one. The Cowboys overall ranked 17th in defense, and Lawrence having a big year.
DeMarcus Lawrence, and then also when they were able to get David Irving back from a 4-game suspension that he served here in the last.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer, number 57, defense. 15-yard penalty.
Wow, that's Damian Wilson.
Personal foul.
That is a huge hit. Troy, how do you guys get up? Back in your day, how do you get up after a hit like that?
Well, I will tell you from experience, sometimes and oftentimes you don't feel these all that much. I mean, it happens so fast, but with
take another look at this.
When you look at this Redskins offense and you see what the Cowboys were able to do on their possession and go right down the field and come.
Here we go. Rhino.
Second down, blitz, Redskins pick it up wide open.
Sometimes
and inside the 10 is Crowder down to the 5.
An excellent route by Jamison Crowder. As you're going to see, he puts a move to the outside on Anthony Brown. He's up in the seam. This is an offense, big play ability, and has under Jay Gruden, and they needed a big play here. Crowder, who's been relatively quiet this year, just 7 yards a reception for his average, comes up with a big play.
Well, their entire wide receiving core has been quiet. It's to the goal line. No signal given yet. Kelly just came back after missing 3 weeks. Their starter a year ago and ran the ball well for him.
Yeah, he's a guy who's pretty powerful. You know, he's been banged up throughout this season, haven't missed a couple of games, and came back last week, didn't do a whole lot, but he's one of those physical runners that is real good down here around the goal line.
Kelly again, and this time he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
Now, the Redskins do not have a fullback on the roster, so they put Niles Paul, number 84. He takes on that assignment. He's going to lead the way for Rob Kelly. You can see him here as he comes up. He gets Sean Lee in the hole. That's a heck of a drive by the Washington Redskins, answering the touchdown scored earlier by the Cowboys.
We've got an injured Redskin player down on the field. Tough to see from here who that is, surrounded by a number of teammates. Well, we're not going to try and identify the player until we know it. Well, that might be Niles Paul. That was a helmet-on-helmet hit with Sean Lee. Here it is coming into your pick.
With lead blockers on linebackers trying to fill the hole.
Well, Mike Pereira, when you see hits like that, you say to yourself, wow. And a lot of fans say, is there any penalty involved on that kind of hit?
Well, you actually think about the crown of the helmet hit, where you can't lead with the crown of the helmet. That does not apply in close line play, which you had here. You have to be outside of the free blocking zone, essentially, so it's not.
Hey, Josh. That Des can't catch anymore?
Nah.
Seems like you think you're better than Des Bryant.
I would never say that, sir.
Josh, you literally just put like you think you're better.
Ties that feud and kick out some commercials like we just saw. And Josh Norman, who's missed the last 2 games with broken ribs, is up because he's less than 100%.
Well, here's the best news of all. I mean, obviously, Paul appears wobbly getting to his feet, but the bottom line is he's on his feet and walking to the sideline.
Happy to see Niles Paul up and walking off the field on his own. That was a big
after Halliburton's game.
Let's go, bud. Right here.
Be awesome.
Let's go, bud. Right here. Let's go, bud.
Here's to the friends you can always count on.
Every time you call on me, I have to do.
In Game 2 of the World Series, Cameron Maybin stole a base Wednesday, November, only at Taco Bell.
Amazing prices.
Night yesterday, Ohio State, Penn State into the World Series last night. Keuchel tonight. Series
played ball games and
there's
played ball games.
Series
played ball games
after football to chill out a little bit before making a start tonight. Kershaw's watching his beloved Cowboys.
Clearly, as a Wes Bryant coming off a game last week where he had 7 receptions, he's got the slant route
coming back. Jason Garrett out of Hunting Valley Breeze. And has fared very well against their arch rivals. If you get
needing to win here today to keep pace with the Philadelphia Eagles, who won earlier again.
Kerrigan by Prescott at the 40. What a football player Ryan Kerrigan is. You and I were talking about him before the game. All-pro, grew up in Muncie, Indiana. This guy can play.
Well, he's a 2-time Pro Bowler. I think he's one of the more underrated passers. By that,
the first down. The Cowboys look like they're thinking about going for it here. This would be a 4th down, close to midfield.
The season gets in your runner. You can see Jonathan clear home here.
Time today.
Wilson.
Ezekiel Elliott on 2nd down, maybe back to the line of scrimmage, so another 3rd down.
Redskins and their ability to hold up. We talked about the offensive line and the issues that they have. I'll tell you, Greg Minuski, their defensive coordinator, he's had his hands full this year also. They've lost a number.
Prescott going to put it up down the sideline. Norman step for step with Bryant. There is a penalty flag. You saw movement along the offensive line, or at least along the line of scrimmage. Six goes to 3rd and a yard. That's Junior Gillette.
That's Junior Gillette at the bottom of the screen. He gets into the neutral zone, and hey, that's a big penalty. And Greg Minuski, linebackers coach last year for the Redskins, played linebacker for the Redskins back in the late 80s, and he's not happy with that at all.
Yeah, you give Dallas 3rd down and a yard. You don't phone it in, but it's close to phoning it in, and you can move the chains here with Elliott.
Well, the Cowboys, as we saw, 4th and 1, they're now 6, much different on 3rd and 1. They've only been offensive line, and the Cowboys have had their success running the football.
The whole Ezekiel Elliott story. This is the 9th play of this drive. Tomorrow is a huge day yet again in the ongoing saga as to whether or not Elliott's season will continue or will pension handed down by the NFL. That's Williams. And he has another Cowboys first down to the 27. You know, they've not activated Darren McFadden this entire year. They've sort of had him
here, but you get the running game going the way that the Cowboys have, and then you run the bootlegs off of that. It really puts this defense in a bind. They've got to overflow to try to play the run. You got Prescott coming back out the other side, and Williams wide open.
45 seconds of this very entertaining opening quarter. Flag comes down as Elliott spun down behind the line of scrimmage. Kerrigan and Swearinger on the stop.
Holding, number 64, offense. 10-yard penalty, still first down.
That's a left guard we were talking about earlier, who may have finally found a home here in Dallas, and that being Cooper. Hey, why not take a flyer on a guy who was thought of as a #1 pick years ago?
He got his left arm up around the neck. You see there, right in the middle. It was on Will Compton is who he was holding, and we've seen a couple penalties now on the Cowboys offensively to back.
And he's inside the 30 to the 29 on what will be the final play of this opening quarter. So we wondered, could the Redskins hang in there with 3 brand new starters on their offensive line? They've scored 10 and lead by 3. Fox NFL Sunday continues after a word from your local Fox station.
Not many people would test 100 pans to find the right one for a golden brown crunchy pan crust. But Colin did. Now you can try any Papa John's pan pizza baked to perfection for just $10.
Set a course for Dr. Finn's last known coordinates.
I cannot repel them alone.
Captain, no response.
Make Rush automatic emergency braking that can help you stop safely and keep you out of a jam. Automatic emergency braking now on Nissan Altima and Sentra. Take on today and save up to $4,800 on Altima or save up to $10,760 on select models.
It feels nice.
Simple steps, fun, delicious ingredients pre-portioned out. When you're done, you have like a
Altima
Go to
and Sentra.
HelloFresh.com and use code TV30 to save $30 off your first box. HelloFresh. Get cooking.
Honda knows even crosstown trips can test the limits of any utility vehicle. Comfortable. The Honda Pilot, with room for up to 8 people. Or whatever else you're bringing. Nothing can Best Buy for 2017.
Empire returns Wednesday after the World Series, only on Fox.
Here at FedEx Field was Dallas offense. We talked about it before the kickoff. The last 3 games, last week, 8 straight games over 400 yards of offense. Second and long, Elliott bottled up at the 39 or the 29-yard line. So third and long upcoming, and you get a feeling, Troy, as easy as it's been so far.
He knows that the Cowboys are likely going to
pile up
a lot of yards, but when you get to third and
line,
long in these situations, you got to make stops. I think they'll be happy trading field goals with the Cowboys, and they got him to third and long a minute ago on this drive, and that's a penalty then on Junior Gillette to allow them keep the drive going. We need to make a step here.
Yard line.
It is our 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Third down.
And that's Witten right there. Well, Mike Brennan, you and I were conversing and wondering if this is a spot of the ball foul, where to put it in the line of scrimmage.
It is obviously a very costly penalty for down.
On the spot of the foul. Third down.
With Jason Garrett is arguing
out. 3rd and 19 coming up when we return.
In your life, you're the quarterback, and your quarterback is so smart it can detect the things you can't.
So it would be on the line.
Went right there.
It's so tough. It was forward after the line of the week on NFL.com.
3rd and 19 coming up when we return.
And your truck is your offensive line. The week on Mark, it can